Welcome to the most effective skills to use and beat your man in football. Let's go.
Skill number 1, we have the step over. The step over is probably one of the most effective skills to use in a game, unlike some of these, but it's pretty simple. As you'll see in that slow-mo there, you put one foot over the ball and push out with the opposite foot exiting past the defender. There are many different forms of step overs. You can do a reverse step over or simply add 2 free extra to confuse the defender even more. So that sound was the stud of my boot catching my ankle, which killed. Number 2, we have the Elastico. Now the Elastico is a very tough trick to pull off properly. It's basically 2 touches but in one motion, so in order to execute it, it takes a lot of practice. One that I wouldn't recommend doing in like a proper game, especially if you're behind or losing. This is a bit of a showboating skill, but nevertheless you're taking 2 touches in one motion and it helps you go from one direction to the other. It can be done on using your inside to outside or outside to in. Either way works. Now number 3 is the Maradona turn. Now the Maradona turn, a very OG skill which I don't see many people use at the moment. It's basically putting the sole of your foot on top of it and then using your body which acts as a shield, and then you can then turn your body the other way around and exit with the other foot. An important tip for if you do execute this trick, make sure you're running at an angle or at least exiting at an angle, otherwise it makes it easy for the defender to read and put a standing tackle in. And number 4, we have the McGeady spin. Now the McGeady spin is an extremely flary skill. Like the Maradona turn, it's best to do at an angle, or even better if you've got someone on the back of you, you're simply doing like a Cruyff, you could call it, and then flicking it out with the outside of your foot and changing direction as soon as the defender engages. And finally, number 5, the Ronaldo chop. One of Ronaldo's favourite moves to use at Manchester United, the chop is super effective when it comes to running parallel with defenders. Now it's super easy to execute. All you've got to do is do a heavy touch with the inside of your back foot and then burst into that space which you've just changed direction into, and the defender simply can't keep up with you because of how quick the change of direction actually is.